Cronkite News starts now.
Welcome to this Monday edition of Cronkite News. I'm Tina Giuliano.
And I'm Tyler Manning. Thank you for joining us as we work remotely to bring you the latest information on the coronavirus pandemic.
In efforts to help with the supply shortage, members of the University of Arizona Health Science Biorepository Department are stepping in where they can.
Cronkite News reporter Kara Harris has more on what they've been able to do.
Of all things in short supply during the COVID-19 pandemic, one of the least likely may be one of the simplest, what looks like a regular cotton swab.
One of the important components is the swab that docs use to put up your nose to get the virus. No one would ever thought that would be in short demand.
Not having an FDA-approved swab set back efforts by volunteers in Dr. David Harris's Biorepository Laboratory, who are now racing the clock to assemble coronavirus collection kits.
Some of the kits that we had made at the time were not usable. And so we had to spend some time in pulling out the old swabs and putting in new swabs and then sending the kits back out.
The kits themselves are simple: 2 swabs and a sealed vial with a transport medium inside a biohazard bag with instructions. Harris's team of 8 to 10 volunteer scientists can now turn out about 3,000 COVID-19 kits a week.
They know they don't have to be here to get their paycheck. They actually want to do something. I think they like seeing the fact that what they do now gets translated into helping people immediately.
Finished kits are sent to health facilities around the state.
Provided we get some more additional swabs in, then we're looking to do another 10,000 over the next couple weeks.
Collection is the first step in fighting the disease, Harris says.
We're only testing those that are sick. So what do we find? We find sick people. We actually want to find all the people who are exposed and didn't get real sick, because they should provide some herd immunity to the people around them if there's enough of them out there.
In order to get a better hold of the virus prevalence rate, Harris says collection efforts have to be done on a much larger scale. That's where some flexibility from the Food and Drug Administration could help.
We're now trying to work closely with the FDA to say, we have these other ones that they never bothered to list them because this wasn't a problem. Would you accept them? It seems like they will.
While test kits are simple, their impact is vital, Harris says.
If you can't collect, you can't test. So it's such a simple thing that if you can't have a collection kit that somebody can use at a hospital or a drive-through, then you can't send it over for the really complicated molecular testing to tell you if you're infected.
Harris predicts the demand for kits will continue over the next month. In Washington, Kara Harris, Cronkite News.
Google has recently released data showing how COVID-19 has changed the lives of their users. The data is broken down by states. It shows Arizonans have decreased their activity in public places. There's been a 40% decrease in people visiting retail and recreational areas like libraries, restaurants, and shopping centers. Other areas of decline include workplaces by 33% and parks by 7%. One place Arizonans have increased their activity is in their residential areas. According to Google's data, this has gone up by 10%. Google says they gained this information based on users' location history, but that no person's individual data will be made public. Users can turn the location history off and can delete previous data if they choose.
A local family has taken it upon themselves to provide those in need with food and basic necessities while staying socially distant. Cronkite News reporter Marcela Bayeto highlights their efforts in our latest Acts of Humanity series.
Giving back from a distance. The Geyser family setting up this table outside of their home near the Biltmore area filled with food and toiletries. Everything free of charge for anyone who needs it.
If we can help anybody, even just one person, it's worth it. And so it's kind of our way of giving back.
With the kids at home now, Geyser got her 2 sons involved.
We found stuff in our pantry that we really didn't need and thought others might need it more than us.
Alex draws the sign while Jackson brings out the food.
I've seen many people and it makes me feel good every time I watch them take stuff.
So many people are taking that stuff that even the Geysers' neighbors are stepping in.
Our neighbors started joining in and putting, their citrus out. Someone brought some more snacks.
By the end of each day, the table is almost empty, a sign to the Geysers that their act of humanity is helping their community.
Every day, when we kind of pull the table back in, we have maybe 2 or 3 granola bars left on the table, which shows the need of anyone in our community.
In Phoenix, Marcel Baedo, Cronkite News.
We want to hear from you about other acts of humanity during this crisis. If you or someone you know is stepping up to help others, please email us at cronkitenews@asu.edu.
Things are cooling off in the valley this week.
Millard Thomas is standing by now with a look at our 8-day forecast. Millard?
Thanks, Tina. Yeah, I have your 8-day forecast coming up. But first, let's start with your Phoenix evening planner. So 81 as you guys start to drive home today from work around 5 o'clock. Those temperatures are going to cool all the way to 75 around the 7 o'clock hour before tailing off to 70 degrees around the 9 o'clock hour. So if you guys want to go out, have a nice safe social distancing walk around dinner time, it's going to be a nice cool night for that. But how about when you wake up tomorrow? 8 a.m., 62 degrees is going to be the temperatures, and those temperatures are going to spike all the way to 81 around the 2 o'clock hour before finally tailing off just a bit to 74 degrees around 8 o'clock. Now, how about the rest of Arizona? If you're down south, you're going to be seeing mostly mid-70s to upper 70s, mid-80s to upper 70s. And then if you're out in Kingman, it's actually going to be that cool spot at 67 degrees. And then if you're up north, you're mostly going to see mid-60s outside of Flagstaff at 56 degrees and Grand Canyon at 76 degrees. Now, how about the rest of your next 8 days? You're going to have 82, as I said, today. And those temperatures are going to spike just a little bit to 84 on Tuesday. But then by Wednesday, we're back in the mid-70s, 76 on Wednesday with little cloud coverage. You're going to see that chances of rain jump to 20%. Then on Thursday, those temperatures are going to drop to 70 degrees and be the same on Friday. But those chances of rain are going to go from 10 to 20% from Thursday to Friday. Now, how about Saturday? You're going to see 77 degrees, so a slight increase from 70 degrees. Then by Sunday, we're back in the 80s, 83 degrees. Then on Monday, we're down to 82 degrees. Millard Thomas, not from the Cronkite News Weather Center, but from my very own living room, once again.
A small-town hockey player from Bonnyville, Alberta, Canada, chose to come to the desert to play hockey 4 years ago, and now an NHL team has chosen him. Cronkite News reporter Sean Rice has the story.
Holy crap, this is actually... coming true. I'm actually signing an NHL contract.
That was Sun Devil defenseman Brinson Pashnik's reaction to inking a 2-year NHL contract with the San Jose Sharks, a dream realized for the captain.
Ever since I could remember, it was my dream to be a player in the NHL. I'm having a hard time putting into words when people ask me how I'm feeling because it's crazy. It's a whirlwind.
ASU head coach Greg Powers relied on Pashnik to play heavy minutes on the ice every night, and his coach continually noticed his impact.
We knew from day one how special of a player that he was, and he just continued to get better and continue to make an impact both on and off the ice, and we are where we are today largely in part because of him.
Brinson wasn't the only Pashnik to agree to terms on a contract with San Jose. It is being reported that his younger brother Steen has agreed to an AHL deal with the Sharks. For Brinson, the potential to play with his brother will keep their competitive spirit alive and well.
Yeah, all of my brothers we were so competitive our whole lives. The amount of fights we got in our basement playing mini sticks, it's too many to count. My 3 brothers are 3 of my best friends in life, and I can never say it enough when they tell me that they're proud of me. Like, there's not too many other people in the world hearing that it means more out of than them.
A shortened season due to the coronavirus pandemic cut ASU hockey's chances to compete in the postseason short. But Coach Powers has something special planned for each graduating senior.
We made it abundantly clear to them that we're going to play for them, and the day ASU wins a national championship, and we truly believe it's going to be sooner than later, all those kids are going to get rings, and I'll make sure of it.
Pashnik has not officially signed with the Sharks yet, but plans to once the NHL season resumes. Sean Rice for Cronkite News.
Brinson Pashnik is now the second Arizona State University hockey player to have signed with the NHL. Pashnik joins former ASU goalie Joey Decord as the only 2 players that have signed an NHL contract over the program's short history.
That's it for Cronkite News. From our homes to yours, thank you for watching.
For Arizona news updates throughout the day, follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Find us online at cronkitenews.azpbs.org.